Hello and welcome math enthusiast. This is Interactive Mathematics YouTube channel where we learn how to teach maths effectively using interactive visuals. This is a recording from the online session on 5th of July where we learn about some animations. So part 1, some basic animations. Let's begin with the line slope and y-intercept animation. So you can see here I am changing the gradient or slope of a line and how its direction is changing. So same thing we can do with the y-intercept, how it is moving up and down. So we can animate lines very easily. I'm going to demonstrate very soon. Let's talk about two lines. Here there are two intersecting lines. One line is fixed, but one line slope is changing. So you can see we can figure out where the lines are intersecting or at what y-intercept they will intersect at 0, 3 or something like that. So very basics. So here is the quadratic one. So the vertex is 0, 4 and I can bring it down. I can show how its vertex is vertically changing up and down and as well as on the horizontal direction. So you can see going from left to right, right to left when I'm changing the other component of the vertex. Now I can actually stretch it or compress it vertically. So have a look. Yeah. So these are very basic animations you can create in a minute. So trust me. So I'll show you now some trigonometric animations as well. So have a look. Sine waves. It's very basic. Sine waves, you change the periodicity, you change the amplitude, or you just move the whole graph up and down. So it's very easy to create and I'm gonna demonstrate these 2-3 animations in a moment, but I will also show you on a unit circle. So have a look. There is one object which is moving along the curve and you can animate that along the curve as well. So look, it's very easy. You just need to move the point from one destination to another. Yeah, so we'll learn about this. I just created a path to move this particular object from one position to another. Yeah, so look at this and it will keep on going. And I'm using Desmos right now, and same thing we can do on GeoGebra as well. So but I'm going to demonstrate on Desmos first. Yeah, have a look at the unit circle now. So I have a unit circle and you can see how we can easily trace it on a sine curve, right? So I'm going to move the point so you can see that the one point is actually going along the circle and how it is creating a sine wave, right? You can create cosine wave as well, tangents as well. So yeah, so I hope you're ready now to create these kind of visuals or animations. So let's create. So I am on the desmos.com. So if you just search on Google desmos.com and you will see this open graphing calculator, click on it and this is your screen. You can turn into the reverse contrast like that. I like it. And let's begin with very basic animation. So if you have seen y equals mx plus b equation of a line, and look at that, the line is ready. As soon as I entered letter m with x plus b, automatically Desmos is creating sliders. I just need to play these sliders. So have a look. The slider is now working and the line is changing its gradient, right? And you can see the equation is also changing. You can demonstrate it very easily. I'm gonna just create a random point, for example 4, 2, and here I'm gonna label the equation y equals mx plus b. This is the purpose of writing the dollar sign with the curly braces so that it can fetch the values from my defined actually constants or variables, whatever you call it. So look at that. I'm gonna play the M animation again. I can control its speed. So let's take it slower. Yeah, so you can see the gradient is changing, but y-intercept is not changing. And you can control the minimum value and maximum. Let's say -2 to 2. You can also change the steps if you like, 0.2. Let's play it now. Yeah, so now the gradient is changing by 0.2 every time, and we can demonstrate for a positive slope and a negative slope. Same thing we can do with the b, which is the y-intercept, how the equation of line is changing as well as the position of line is changing on the Cartesian plane. Yeah, so it was super easy. You can create something like that in a minute, right? Now let's create something with quadratics. So I'm gonna just delete these and I'm gonna create a quadratic as y equals, you can create whichever alphabets you like. For example, ax square plus bx plus c. As soon as you type in this way, if you think how do I find these letters, it just use your laptop keypad, or you can also use this Desmos keypad just to enter x, y, powers, less than, greater than, or fractions or absolute function. You can also go here just to type letters, come back. You can type symbols from here. Look at this pi and other things as well. So okay, so let's click all or just hit enter and your graph is ready. I'm going to play these one by one. For example, I'm going to create control A from -2 to 2. Same thing with B, -2 to 2, just to keep it easy for us. Yeah, I'm going to play one by one. Yeah, so look at that. So right now A is changing, so no other letters are changing, right? B, let's change B now. You can see now how the middle coefficient of x is actually creating again a parabola here. So controlling C is the y-intercept. And if you think no, this form I don't like, it's okay, you can actually change it into x minus h square plus k, the vertex form. Now your B and C will not work, just delete them, right? And if you want to show the equation, just type here the way how I typed earlier, a and x minus h square and then plus the $sign, which is k. Yeah, so for h, let me just use only from 0 to 3, and for k we can create from -5 to 5. So there you go. You can also create the vertex point here, h comma k, so that you can see it where it is, what is happening to that. Right now it's 1 comma 1, so I'm gonna play h slider. You can see it is moving horizontally right now, from left to right or right to left. And if you move k, look, so it's just moving up and down right now. And if you control with a, so look, you can create whatever parabola you like, right? So you can place it at 0 0 if you like. You can set the value 0 here, no problem. So that's how you can create simple animations. Now let's create something with trigonometry, sine wave, and then I will show you how you can move an object from one point to another. We can also do it here. Let me just make my a a little bit smaller. Yeah, 0.1 should be fine. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just use, let me hide this for a 1 minute, and let me just create as a function of x. I'm going to create another slider which is going to go from, let's say, -8 to +8. So let's create m comma f of m. So what I'm gonna do, so if m goes from -8 to 8, and see what is happening to my point. So you can actually label this and type whatever you like, hide the function, and see where my point is moving along the parabola, right? So that's how you can easily create it. Yeah. And if you think, no, I want to show from one point to another, so go back to the function, right, and hit OK, use curly brackets, control its domain. So control it from -8 less than equals, you can use the Desmos keypad for less than equals, x less than equals m. That's going to work very nice. So you can see here. Yeah, you can make it slower, and you can also create in just in one direction so that it doesn't oscillate. So look at this. Yeah, so that's how you can create whatever function you like and then animate any point on it. So I'm gonna change my function to a times sine of x, and if you think, oh, my a is very small, so we can actually change a to 2. Look at that. I hope you like it, and it's really easy. One more thing I would like to mention, if you are teaching in degrees or radians, you can always control the settings from here. Graph settings, it is right now in degrees, but you want to show in pi, you can just type pi here as steps, or pi over 2. So have a look, pi over 4, whatever you like. So pi over 2 should be fine for us. So look at that. Now my x values are in pi, right, in radians. If you think I would like to change into degrees, so you can click on degrees, but remember, when you change into degrees, you have to change your angles. So I'm gonna right now changing to steps 90, and the value, let's take it from -500 to +500, right? And same thing I have to do with m. So let's say m is -500 to 500, right? I think, yeah, that's fine. So let's move m now. Have a go. Look at that. Yeah, so here we can change into 500. So now you can see how my sine wave is actually getting created from that particular point. You can label it whatever you like. Right now I just given a text. If you like something symbolic, just I have emojis. So for example, if I want to move a car on that particular, so let's say just copy from here, go back and change, paste it here. Look at that. I'm gonna hide and all, just click on, double press, change the label 2 or 3 size, whatever you like, change into like that, and change a as 1. Look at that now. So this way you can animate any object on any function. What do you have to do? Create a function and control its domain from one particular x value to another, and create that variable m or a constant as a slider, and create a point m comma f of m and give label as that object. You can create a text, you can animate a text, or just an object like this. I hope you like this. What I want you, please try these animations and adapt them according to your lessons. So whichever lesson you are teaching, try something very basic like this, trigonometric, or you can also create some complex numbers, geometrical animations. For example, let's just create a circle animation very quickly on a unit circle. Let me just go back to or refresh this whole page. So that's a new page now, and I can change its contrast. Let's create a unit circle. So in Desmos, you can create a circle using just letter r equals to 2 or 3, right? And if you want to control it, you can. So 1 to 2, something like that, but that's not necessary. Just use it. Look, because it's just a slider, and when you create a slider with r, it will create a circle. If the other method of creating a circle, just type the equation. So let's say x minus h square plus again y minus k square, and then equals to radius. Don't use r because that's not going to work. Just use any letter, let's say m square. It will ask you to create sliders. Just hit enter, and here you go. You can set the center whatever you like. Let's hit the center 0 0. Now radius, let's go from 1 to 3 or 4, and now you can see it. So the circle is actually increasing its radius. There you go. So at 4, this is the 4 unit circle. And now if you want, I want to have a point on it, so you can use the concept of trigonometric functions. So I'm going to use here 4 cosine of, define any angle. So I'm just using letter n for an angle, okay, comma 4 sine n. As soon as you hit the slider, you can label it just point P, and n should be from where to where? 0 to 2 pi or 360, right? So you can see here, yeah, so the point is moving along the circle, right? So you can actually animate it and make its position. If you hide this letter P and just hit label, it will show the coordinates of that particular point. And if you want to create a triangle, you can just use, let's say this is my point A and my point B is wherever I go, but I have to stay on the x-axis. So I can go as 4 cosine n, right? Just create a coordinates, comma 0. So look at that. So B is there, and I can create A comma B, hard press, click on lines, and you can also create a center point 0 comma 0 and comma A. So that's how you will get a right angle. Look at that. So your right angle is ready. In whichever quadrant you go, you will see the right angle triangle, right? So very simple work. And if you try with some more creativity, right, you can create some amazing animations. So wait for part 2. I'll show you more animations. Thank you so much.